adaptable movement, somewhat part of camouflaging. It's when you're going from A to B. Thus, it has everything to do with conveyance. So let's be brief in this video. In many of the movies, especially Black Summer, when people move, they move by running in the middle of the road. They move by running across streets. They move in such kind that they give away their position very easily. In almost every movement they take in those apocalyptic movies, they're moving incorrectly, as incorrect as can be. They may as well scream, "Come run me over," or "attack me, eat me," whatever. Completely erroneous. Let's imagine that where I am now, I want to walk 5 kilometers from here to another point. So this is point A and that's point B. Okay, let's pretend that this is the movie set and we're correcting it. In the movie set, they'd be running like hooligans or even walking, talking, making noise, and doing so on the road. Whereas, what they should be doing is walking very slowly. Yes, this pace. Okay. Yes, I want you to walk 5 kilometers at this pace to conserve energy, to ensure you're not giving any subtle movements, and most importantly, you're hugging structures. Eat that. One massive part of camouflaging whilst moving is hugging structures. Okay, not literally giving it a hug and warm welcome and kiss, but being pressed against it. You'll see that I've got a navy, well, not quite navy, but a navy-ish shirt, camping shirt on. So against this somewhat navy building, I'm pretty much camouflaged against it, even though I've got grey pants. So if I move slowly, I'm not giving away much of my movements. Okay, I'm hugging the structure. I'm walking slowly, and note that whilst I'm walking slowly, I'm watching where I'm walking, what is in my immediate environment, but I'm also scoping around, walking. I'm continuously scoping. This is if I'm alone. If you're in a group environment, you'll have somebody somewhat walking slowly backwards, scoping everything behind, 180, or you could say 90 degrees because of this wall, and the other person takes the other 90 degrees, so a semicircle altogether. And that way you're walking slowly, conserving energy, not giving away movements. Understand that humans easily give away their position when they move fast, because people tend to pick up faster objects much more easier than slow objects. Slow moving objects don't really attract the human attention, hence why you rightfully see in some movies people creeping, because when you creep, it doesn't give away movement. There's much on the subject of camouflaging, but that's just a massive subject, and that's not survival. Is it a part of survival? To some extent it is, especially wilderness, and even urban camouflage, but you're going off topic when you're starting to specialise in camouflage. I'm not a professional in camouflaging, but I know quite a bit about camouflaging and effective camo, especially with camo gear and the varieties you can use against different settings, because to believe one camo works, you're a fucking idiot. So yeah, but that's going off topic, so we're going to stick to the basics here. Generally speaking, you want to be wearing something that blends into the environment, and urban environments have all sorts of colours, but in my opinion, navy, greyish colours work best, because everything in an urban environment tends toward that effect, the navy-ish, greyish colour. You see that in trees everywhere, grasses, buildings like this, especially when it's darker. So should you be moving around in the day in an urban survival situation, and we're not talking about homelessness here. This is, homelessness is a different kettle of fish, but it is urban survival when it's blown out homelessness, like what I'm experiencing. But in other urban survival settings, the shit hits the fan settings, what most people know as SHTF. Pop culture, gotta love it. Should you be travelling in the day? It's probably safer to travel at night. Easier to camouflage. In urban environments aren't like the woods. It's very easy to work out polygons. It's, as in space, seeing space as a big polygon. You're able to identify features much more easily. North, south, west, and east. It's just very easy to work out in an urban environment. You can't get lost unless you're an idiot. Or you're in a completely foreign country you don't know of, which is rare, but it happens. So I think you should be travelling at night, but you should be travelling very slow. See this walking pace? This is about 1 kilometre an hour, 1.5 kilometres an hour. And if you do this and you need to walk 5k's away, you turn that into a fucking, what is that? A 3.5 hour walk to walk 5k's as opposed to 1 hour. But you're minimising the risk because you're hugging structures, you're walking slow, you're checking out everything, because if you do see something, that's when you stop. You just freeze. And if possible, you hide behind like a bin, container, a tree, you duck into a bush, treat yourself. So look at this, okay? That's actually that's about 1.2 1.3 Well, the high part, the low part's probably about 80 centimetres to 1 metre. But if, let's just say, I was hugging this structure and there were fucking a group of 6 or 7 people there. This is a blown out urban survival situation and they were bashing someone taking their gear. If I was walking here, it's clearly not a prudent idea to help that person because it will do more harm than good. They'll probably overwhelm me as well as that person. So if I'm doing the right thing and hugging the structure very slowly, they won't notice me. Chances they won't notice me. So what I'll do is right here, perfect bush, crouch down and just stay here. Don't move an inch and let it all dissipate. Worst case scenario, they see you, get up, bolt. That's worst case, my point. And you're probably not going to come across that much in an urban survival situation, but you can. The whole point is to stay alert, to hug structures, to wear navyish, greyish clothes, especially if you're travelling at night. It's highly suitable. I can't stress enough to walk slow and not move fast. And I can't stress enough not to walk in open spaces. Fuck me dead. So look, you can see I'm hugging the structure. I'm right against the wall and I'm walking slowly. Road where you've got more angles to see from. Whereas if you're hugging this structure, you'd have to be on that fucking side of the road or in the bush to look, and I don't think there are any people in there. And even if there were, if I'm walking very slowly, I'm not that noticeable. Just walking slowly, walking very, very slowly. You travel in an urban catastrophe. Now, should you take a 5 kilometre walk? I would advise you don't. You'd have to do a 5 kilometre walk in one go in one of those situations. It'd have to be for a very good fucking reason. It would be because, a place is guaranteed or your food stash is guaranteed or something like that. But generally speaking, you should probably move 500 metres to a kilometre at a time. Just slowly and progressively, very cautiously. Nothing pedantic, nothing erratic, just very calm. Studying your environment. Every move, that's how you become a very smart survivor.